Well, happy Thursday, everybody. We're almost there to the weekend. So I don't know what you guys have been looking at, but boy, has it been a busy few weeks in the gaming sphere. So
It really has, man.
We'll start before we get into all that. I guess we'll start in a familiar place. Disbearity. Let them know who you are, what you do, where they can find you, and most importantly, what the fuck are you drinking, man?
Man, first off, I'm taking it cool today, so I'm just drinking some some sugar-free soda. I'm a soda guy. Didn't feel like drinking hard tonight. You know, I need to concentrate for in the morning because we're going out of town in the morning. So, so can't knock it too hard. But y'all, my name is Disbearity. I'm a what you would call a content creator. I love to play a lot of RTS games. That's what I really showcase, a lot of strategy games on my channel. I started to kind of branch out a little bit and do a bit of variety, and also some gaming news and just some pure gaming discussions, But where y'all can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter. You can also find me on X, talking a lot of shit to a lot of different people because it's X. Why not, right? So that's what I do.
Yeah, it's about all it's for, and it's actually the better part of what it's for. Since prior to that, what it seemed to be for would be stuff that we don't really want to talk about, but they've cleaned that up, which is why I'm back on there.
Yeah.
If they hadn't done that, you wouldn't even see me anywhere dead. Oh shoot, look what I did there. No, we want to get rid of that. Okay. Heck, we almost had a liquored up live open bar there because I guess I'm a little drunk and stupid already here. I shared the link into the Discord instead of sharing it. That's a funny first. Not that I can. I mean, we love our audience, but
yeah.
Anyway, while I fix that, I am Zoo. I am a digital bartender and am told I'm the last cool kid on the internet. I'm also told I'm quote unquote some old man. So I review video games when I feel like it. I do liquored up lives. I'm trying to do them regularly, at least once per week now, but mainly when I feel like it. And we've got a heck of a good show here tonight. So I guess we'll start out, before we get into the more heady topics. I guess my first question for you, my dude, is what have you been playing? And then I'll let you know what I've been. There's been a lot of cool shit coming out. I'll tell you.
So I've been playing I usually tend to play about 10 games at a time. I don't know how I can do it, but I do it. So right now I pretty much been playing this game is called Into the Darkest Days. It's an early access title on Steam or whatnot. It's a pretty fun little game. It's a side-scrolling zombie survival game. Like that. It's actually, I wasn't expecting to like it like that, but it's quite enjoyable. Then I also been playing Ghosts of Yotai on PS5, and that's actually been pretty great, especially now since during the summer it's really hot where I'm at right now, and keep not playing games while my computer is on has been pretty great, honestly. Then after that, I'm gonna pick up The Last of Us Part 2. I'm gonna go ahead and play that and check that out. I heard a lot of people give it a lot of flap, but I'm gonna see why. I don't like to judge books by their cover, so I'm like, I gotta play it for myself. But that's just just a small little list of games I've currently been playing, other than my usual Total War. Oh, I also started Final Fantasy 2. I told myself this year I want to play all the Final Fantasy games. So,
right.
Final Fantasy 2. I played a half of them growing up. So I was like, you know what? I never played the first 6. So I'm I'm gonna hit them up. Last game I'm gonna announce is just Menace, a strategy game on PC, Menace. So,
what's been your favorite of all those so far?
So far, Yotai. Yotai's been great. I mean, it's basically Ghost of Tsushima, but it's improved. It feels better, it feels smooth, and I just been playing so far. I put it like this: I put up 50 hours in the game so far. So it's one of those rarities right now when it comes to playing video games at the moment. So
right,
it feels great. It feels great.
Yeah. So now you said you finished half the Final Fantasies. Now, do you mean exactly cut in half, like the top half, and you haven't done the bottom half yet?
In a sense, yes. I played what's funny is that I played part of 7. Oh, I know. I'm also playing Final Fantasy Integrate right now too. I'm also playing that too. But I played parts of 7, parts of 8, parts of 9. I beat 10 at least 8 times. I beat 11. Haven't played 11. I played half of 12. My friend let me borrow it years ago. I just haven't hopped on it yet. Back on it yet. I beat 13. I played. Beat 13. what else did I beat? God, 15, and I think that's it. I started 16, but 16 is not. It's kind of not cutting it for me right now. 16 is kind of awkward. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not because it's not. It doesn't feel like Final Fantasy to me, you know.
Which one are you talking about? 2?
16. All right, sorry, 16.
Okay. Yeah, you were kind of robot there for a second, so I was trying
to. Oh, sorry.
No, not
bad, sorry.
I think it's on my end, but okay. But yeah, 16 is weird. I've got some friends like Jay from Cold Nights that love it. I've got other friends that absolutely fucking despise it. I couldn't get into it because mine was more of an ideological reason when I played it. I think that world is fucking depressing. I think the people in that world are fucking awful.
Yeah.
I wanted to strangle them. I hated the fact that it was some Yes Massa shit as far as I'm concerned. With,
that's funny.
All these people with magic are just kicked and spat on and mistreated, and you better go kill those monsters, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the? Who are you talking to, dude?
Yeah.
Like, now, I'm told that clears out later, which I sure hope so, because I was rooting for the monsters. I wanted the people on this planet to die.
Yeah.
They're awful. They're awful. And that's a bad start for me in a heroic RPG. I need to feel like Mass Effect, right? Now, there's a game
that's
with stakes. You know, that's a universe that you want to save. Even with its problems.
Yeah, we don't have those kind of games.
I didn't want to save the world of Final Fantasy 16. I wanted to leave those people to their fate.
Hey, man, you leave those people alone, man. They're trying their best, okay? Well, they're trying their best to live.
That's cool. They can do it not on my back, and they don't need to treat me like hammered shit when I'm 3 times more powerful than them. And why we're taking it, I don't know. But that's what I couldn't continue it. But you're playing another one of my quote unquote favorite Final Fantasies right now. Oh yeah, you're playing Final Fantasy 2. How is it like beating the shit out of your other party members in order to level up their stats?
Shit, my bad. Sorry, I was just trying to talk to somebody for a split sec.
No, you're good. So you're playing Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah.
What's it like beating the shit out of your fellow party members to up their stats?
Well, I haven't it's really it's different. I don't know. Like the whole leveling system was just, you know, it's. I guess I see why they went back to a traditional setup, to a traditional Final Fantasy, you know, because it's just so like different in terms of, like, I was like, wow, you don't just traditionally level up, you have to level up your stats and stuff, you know, it's just like not just raw stats. So it's something, you know, different to get used to. I'm not gonna lie. It feels weird.
It's fucking broken, dude. And it sucks because it has one of the best antagonists of any Final Fantasy game. The Emperor is the real deal, dude.
Yeah.
How far are you into the story?
About, I want to say I'm about 2 hours into it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So no.
Yeah, so I'm not very far. I'm getting.
I think he's my second favorite antagonist, believe it or not, after Kefka. And you haven't met Kefka yet either. He's Final.
Not yet.
Yeah, he's my favorite of all time in the Final Fantasy series. But yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X. I put that on hiatus, not because I wanted to, because I want to know what happens next. But I got hit with, you know, I work executive management and retail, so I'm like a higher up.
Oh yeah, you're in there. Yeah, you're in the paint. You're in there.
So right now is our busy time. So, and it has not laid off since July 4th. So, I've been playing more shorter games. I've been playing things like Star Fox, things like Yoshi. Just games I can get to when I get time. I need to. I don't know if it's like you. If I play a big ass RPG, I need some time to sit down and sink my teeth into that.
No, I have to do that. Like last year was all about me playing major, like huge RPG games and stuff. Like I played last year. It was like my longest one was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and that was like, oh boy, that took 120 hours to beat. Ooh. And I was just like, yeah, and the dedication to that game was like insane, but I enjoyed it though. It was a great game. Like I didn't enjoy like the first game's combat, but like playing this one though, the second one, I don't know what it was, but it was just like, it just felt fantastic.
So Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 is on the list. I haven't played it yet. I've heard the combat is clunky as shit.
Yeah, it is.
I've heard everything else is wild and wonderful though.
Yeah, it is. Like, I wouldn't say it's clunky. It just takes time to get into. Like, it's one of those games where you have to like really learn the combat and stuff. Like, you have to really sink down and and get into that enjoyment of it. Once you learn how to defend, dodge, etc., it gets real good. It's like, wow, this is actually pretty easy because you start from zero. You're garbage. You're nobody.
You're like a peasant, right?
Basically, you're a peasant. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a downloadable content where you're like a woman peasant, and it's even worse because you literally can't do anything.
People didn't like it.
I can't imagine it would be much fun if, like, literally you can't even raise your stats in that fucking downloadable content.
It does take a while.
I guess kudos for historical accuracy, I guess, but
well, yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Gameplay fun, like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, fun stuff. But Kingdom Come 2, now, would you say now your combat's better? How's the rest of it? How does it stack up to the first?
The rest of it, yeah, it holds. It holds up well.
Very
like
good. Very good.
It definitely holds up very well.
I like X. X so far, honestly, X in some ways on Xenoblade, it might be one of my favorites in the series. I love the idea that you're going out and exploring this planet. It hits a gameplay loop that just locks me in, man. Like, it's this gigantic ass planet, and your whole goal is like planting beacons or exploring wildlife, and you do all that shit. And then there's a plot. There's aliens that want to wipe humans out and shit.
Yeah,
there's all kinds of other shit going on, but like just the main loop of uncovering the secrets of Mira and like slowly but steadily surviving on this uncharted world, it's really cool. I describe it as Mass Effect 1's exploration, but done right. That's how the whole fucking planet feels.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, whenever you get a chance to, like, again, and this is when it comes to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it took me about 2 years to, like, I was not 2 years, my bad. It took me about 6 months to do. So to beat. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, big game then.
Oh yeah,
that's a big game. You're playing some big ones. I watched you play Oblivion a little bit. That's coming to Switch now. I don't know how they did that Disbearity.
I don't know how they did it, but they did some black magic with that game. Like, that's very surprising. And I don't know if you've seen the tweet with Bethesda, but it was pretty smug though. They're like, yeah, at least our game comes with physical.
Yeah.
And I was like I was just like, wow.
Well, and that's gonna seg us in. So Sony's been doing some funny business, haven't they?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, they definitely have been. So man, look, I've been a Sony guy, and it really upsets me because I've been a Sony guy for the majority of my life, for the most part. Yeah, I started as a console gamer, then I hopped on the PC train, so on and so forth. But it's just sad to see, like, where Sony has become as a company, and it's all capitalist greed. At the end of the day, that's all. That's what it's just insane. Like, to me, and I love physical games because it's the whole thing. It is clearly it is ownership. You own your tech. You own your disc. And during these conversations I've been seeing on everywhere, on Twitter, whatever, Reddit, I've been seeing lots of excuses, and those excuses are pretty sad, dude. I had conversations to where people are like, I don't like X. I don't like this. I don't like physical because I don't like getting out of my chair. I'm just like, what? Are you for real?
Well, these are gamers. I'm telling you right now, we need to get our fat asses up and move every once in a while.
Yeah, we do.
Like, I'm telling you, that is. Let's see here. So we got a question in the chat. Let's go through some super chats real quick, and then we'll get right back on that. Cheers, boys. Engraved Ring of Healing is drawing first blood. Welcome in, Engraved. Welcome in, man. Pyrotosis says the proliferation of THC vape pens has made the youth dull and stupid. It depends. If we're talking THC, and I don't know how THC works. I know there's like THC oils and stuff. I know how marijuana works. I know how weed works. And is it the same thing, Disbearity? Do we know if THC still is in like sativa and indica?
I'm not for sure. I have to actually ask a friend of mine, but I believe so, though. Okay. I have a buddy who's very Like, I'll ask him in the future, but yeah, he's very into weed. That's his thing. He smokes it all day, every day. You know.
So I guess what I would say is if THC is exactly the same one for one as weed, it would depend on what you're getting. You know, if you're getting like a White Widow-esque THC vape pen, I'm guessing you'd be A-okay. You can function on White Widow. Function on White Widow pretty well. If you're getting like a purple Mr. Nice Guy or a Death Star, get ready for that fuzzy couch lock, my friend.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're gonna be on that couch, like fucking stroking that couch, like feeling the texture of that couch, and that's all you're fucking doing for the next 4 hours. God damn.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, Pyratosis also asks, how do you feel about Project Zomboid? Have you played that one, Pyratosis?
Oh yeah, no, Project Zomboid is a fantastic game. Fucking fantastic. I love every little bit of that game. Honestly,
yeah, I've seen Pyratosis play it. It looks fun as hell.
Like that game, something about it, it's addicting. That's what I will say. It's fucking addicting to play.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it. Like I said, it'd be trying to branch out. I might have to look into that myself to play. It might be a fun one to play with Billy.
Like it's really like it's a great game to play with friends. I put up at least 300 hours in that game. Now playing it by yourself is quite interesting. You know, something that you don't want to do. I mean, you can't do it by yourself. It is fun by yourself. You just have to make up your own stories. You know, your own type of gameplay and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So is it like emergent storytelling? So in that way, is it like oh shit, what's the one that V always plays? I'm drawing a blank on it now. Moscow Masters always tell me to play it, but is it like emergent storytelling and emergent gameplay?
Oh, no. Well, yes and no. The story is in the lore. You know, it's a zombie apocalypse. It's a zombie apocalypse game. The game takes place in the zombie apocalypse. And so you find the story throughout the lore. And so it's very lore centric, or whatnot. And so as long as you can read through the lore and stuff like that, you'll see like what is all is happening within the story. What else can I say about it? You know, your character starts very, you know, you have no stats. You have to get your own stats. You have to build up yourself. You know, you have to work on it. You know, you have to read. It's very time consuming too. Like it's one of those games where, look, if you want to play it. But just know that it's pretty time consuming, and you're going to be spending a lot of time from that game. You know, that's something that you just have to think about. Like, and also like the combat can be kind of iffy. A lot of people didn't like it, so they tried to switch up the combat. But then once people got used to the combat, they're like, yeah, go back to the original combat because it's actually better. I don't know. I haven't played Build 42 yet, so the latest build is called Build 42. It's where they added they're adding like animals and stuff, like animals, NPCs and stuff like animal NPCs. Put it like that.
Can there be animal zombies?
Yeah. Well, no. Sadly, no. No animal zombies. Sadly, no. Okay. But yeah, the animals are they have their NPCs. They have their own their own movement set. They do whatever because like the developers, if I recall, they already stated that the what do you call the AI is already basically ready for the NPCs. It's just they're not putting it in this build. They're putting it in Build 42 decks. Build 43. I'm sorry.
Build 42, right?
Right now they're going to be putting in Build 43.
Build 43. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, so Pyratosis then says, we've gone past capitalistic greed. We've gone full corpo greed. I don't trust anything. Yeah, we're in Cyberpunk 2077 now.
Yeah, we literally are. You're not wrong. We literally are.
So this was my favorite. So Jason Schreier did some reporting, and I just want to issue a little bit of an apology to that guy. I was really fucking hard on that guy the other day.
Oh, he blocked me on Twitter years ago.
Really hard on Jason Schreier. And I still stand by some of it, but I could have been a little nicer there, especially since I saw a clip of the nice man supporting and telling people to go support libraries and read libraries and stuff. That was fucking awesome. But anyway, Jason Schreier put out a little piece of demoralization that pissed me off at him a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't know who the fuck I am, so what do I care about this asshole? But it did get some traction. It did spur some debate on the Twitter. So, but basically, what the reporting said, to read through the demoralization, Sony would be convinced that over time, most players will end up accepting the transition to 100% digital ecosystem. The company believes that users will continue supporting PlayStation even without the option to buy physical games.
Oh yeah, that's some arrogant shit. That was arrogant as fuck.
Wait, we're not even there yet. Additionally, they consider that it is not necessary to maintain direct communication with fans about the decision, as they trust in the strength of the brand and the loyalty of their community. Disbearity, you're a PlayStation gamer. You're a longtime PlayStation gamer. What do you have to say to that? What's your response to that?
Honestly, truth be told, it's a sad fucking situation that we're in. Sony, I hope they really think that their brand is that strong that that's going to hold. I think that it just comes down to corporate greed. You know, they're acting like it's such a, like, I get it. You want to say what I think, if I recall, how much money was that? Like, what they want to save? They save like what, $21, something like that, if I recall, from not giving it to Walmart and stuff.
Yeah.
It's something like minuscule. It's like, I get it. You want to save the $20, but like, the thing is, I would be fine with digital games if we had digital ownership. You know, if we actually own our shit. But sadly, we don't.
Here's the problem with what Sony's doing, though. You want to talk about everybody going One Piece up in this bitch? That's how you do it. So I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to lose their ass. I think they're going to lose their ass when they do that. And let's be real. Like, one of the things that came out is it's like, oh, we're not abandoning retail. We're going to do code in the box. You'll get one good season with those code in the boxes, and then nobody's going to buy them, and they're all going to stop selling them.
Yeah,
the retailers are going to stop selling them. Those things are constantly in Bomba bins. I'm always on the lookout for like Bomba bin games just to see what's in there. I never buy them. There's a reason they're in the Bomba bin, because they're shit.
Yeah,
but I'm always on the lookout because I want to know what's in the Bomba bin. I'm just curious that way. And so, lo and behold, just recently stumbled across Kirby Air Rider in the Bomba bin. That was fun.
Yeah,
that was going to happen. Fucking called that happening. I'll never forget seeing Spirit Tracks in the Bomba bin. The only time I've ever seen a Legend of Zelda game in there. And Sony, I got news for you. That's where all of your code in the box bullshit's going, because that's where the code in the box bullshit always goes. People don't buy code in the box.
Yeah.
Nobody buys that shit. So, I mean, it's a great, cheap way to get some games, but at the same time, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's just like, you know, physical media, like, what it matters. It really does matter, because it's all about ownership. It's all, that's what it comes down to. It's all about ownership, owning yourself, owning your games. You know, just going to the store with your family or with your kids or whoever, and just spending time buying your video games. You know, that's what it comes down to. And that's what a lot of things are. It's like, I get it. We're going into this whole entire digital future. I understand that. And I get it. They want to save, again, $21, but like, it's about the experience. And again, for what I just hear from people when they say like, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather be lazy and not do X or Y, or whatever. It's heartbreaking to hear people say that.
Well, and my response is, and here's my response and why Sony's got caught in a real nasty trap of binary thinking lately. And what I mean by that is that the way I see it, these are not mutually exclusive things. If you look at books have been in the quote unquote old digital future for decades now, way longer than games have been. Look at movies. Movies are streaming, and I don't think they made the digital jump too well, but they found their own sort of digital with the streaming services, right?
Yeah.
They tried the digital code movies. I don't think that worked too well. I'd have to look at the numbers on that. I'm not a big movie enthusiast, but I think what movies have going for them is they have the streaming and they have the physical, like Criterion Collection.
What's funny is that I have a friend who's heavily into to movies, right? He buys a lot of Blu-rays and stuff right? So he's told me that the Blu-rays and movie stuff has actually made a huge resurgence right now in the scene, because he's told me that like Apple, Netflix stuff, they recently started to bring their TV shows into Blu-ray sets and stuff because they get it. Streaming is just it's too expensive,
right?
Which is quite interesting to see, to hear and see them do that. So that's pretty cool.
Here's what happened. What happened is the same thing that has hit everything, which is in shitification.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The streaming services and the splintering of them. Used to be there was Netflix. You got Netflix. You paid what $7.99 a month, and you got everything, dog.
Oh yeah.
But we're not in that age anymore. We're not. What always happens is there's somebody's like, you know what? Why don't I start my own streaming service? And of course, there's Hulu, and then there's Disney Plus, and then there's HBO Max, and then there's Showtime, and then there's Paramount Plus, and then there's Shudder, and then there's Tubi, and then which is free, but you get what I'm saying. It's like all of a sudden, where we used to cancel our cable and have access for $7.99 a month to all the shit we used to get on cable, most of it. Now we have to subscribe $6.99 here and $14.99 there and $10.99 here. And now all of a sudden we're looking at a bill that's more expensive, or at the very best as expensive as the fucking cable bill used to be. Oh yeah. So I think that people saw that, and I think over the last few years people have gone back to DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks when he's like, fuck this, I'm gonna go own my shit again. Oh yeah. And so but tell me, did digital movies, like actually watching movies digitally on a device, did that ever take off, or was that pretty much abandoned in favor of streaming?
Not really, no, because when they see their digital, like when their digital shit and stuff, at least especially we'll take it from me, right? In my own personal experience, I never really watched like TV shows and stuff. Now, I will say I did buy a couple anime episodes of Dragon Ball Z because they're like 99 cents per episode digitally. And that was like, I think I bought like 10 episodes for $10. Okay, that's nothing to me. Well, then I recently just learned that in 2021, Sony actually pulled shows like that from their whatchamacallit, from their PSN or whatnot. Yeah. And so so that was like, well, I guess that's $10 wasted, I guess, right? Quite sad, honestly.
What was it on the PS3? There was a show called Wonder Chosen on MTV. Great fucking show. Anybody who knows Wonder Chosen, kudos to you. That's an amazing show. But one day, I'll never forget logging in. This was back, and actually, I say the first time I got burned on digital was the Wii, with all the virtual console not transferring over. But where actually, the real first place it happened was fucking Sony, actually. Because I forgot about this, but yeah, Wonder Chosen. Something happened with their licensing with MTV, and that shit was yanked so fast, Disbearity.
Oh yeah.
And now there's no Wonder Chosen on that PlayStation 3 anymore. I didn't rent it, I bought it. Yeah, crazy.
No, yeah, nice.
So, but what I was saying is, yeah, if you look at so it's not a binary. Yeah. Every other industry, whether it's music, whether it's movies, whether it's books, have already gone through what gaming is going through now.
Oh yeah, gaming, for sure.
It's the baby medium. It's the youngest medium. It's much younger than books, much younger than movies, much younger than all this shit. And it's going through the same thing. Why gaming always seems to me like it acts like it's fucking special. When you had digital movies or when you had digital books, that shit was always cheaper than the physical book. Yeah. But yet over here in gaming, probably because they know that gamers are the worst customers, they're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, man. It's the same price digital as it is physical. We're giving you no savings. We're passing none of the savings on to you assholes. Nope. So that's playing against it. But also the question I have is, why is gaming special here? Why can every other medium have a mass majority of people doing the digital or streaming thing, and they still offer the physical? Why do they do that? Why is gaming so different? Why are they special? Why does gaming always have to be fucking special, Disbearity? Is it because gamers are special?
I guess so.
Gamers in particular are the worst customers.
Yeah. You're right. Gamers are very special, dude. they're very special.
Oh my god! Like every fucking time, man.
Like they're very special, man. Because look, and I think I've said this many times. Matter of fact, what's funny is first off, I said like, look, this current generation of consoles should be extended to 2030. We don't need nothing new. We don't. Graphics peaked already. I'm sorry. What else are they going to do in order to perfect graphics? Nothing, right? Another thing is
graphics take 2 fucking generations.
Yeah.
Like, we are still past diminishing returns at this point.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then I also stated that I said, look, gamers, honestly, they've been groomed. I see, because I've always been basically anti-corp throughout my entire life, and like even me, like I never seen like a lot of corporate bootlickers in my life. I've never like I knew they're there, but not like in this not in this type of shit. I'm like, wow, this is insane that people are really doing this right now.
Bro,
like what is going on?
You know how many times I've told Rush and other people, I sure wish we had fucking grocery enthusiasts. Yeah, I wish we had brand loyalists in grocery stores. I'm sure automakers wish like super duper obsessive fucking brand loyalists, like arguing on behalf of the corporation. I think that you only really see this in 2 places in my experience. You don't see fucking Hollywood director super fans fighting for their favorite movie studio. Mm-hmm. This only happens in gaming and in sports teams, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's the only place I've ever seen it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same, it's the same thing with Xbox, Xbox.
Well,
yeah. They got
also politics.
Like they have their corporate, they have their corporate, bootlegger. It's just like, wow, dude. Like, so y'all are really letting these corporations remove your choice, and you're okay with that? Like, are you for real? And that's all I get is like, yeah, I'm good. I already buy digital. And God, those comments, it's those comments where people are like, I already buy digital, so it doesn't affect me. And I'm just like,
well, some of that is demoralization. The question is, how much of it is organic gamer, the worst customer stupidity, and how much of it is paid Sony shills that are getting like a little cheap paycheck?
Yeah.
Because they do that. That's all part of the digital warfare now.
Yeah.
And, oh God, Phil says, we are all doomed. There will be only Zool. Zoo's true name is Zool. That's right. I'm a Babylonian fucking dog ghost man entity.
Yeah.
Fear and despair. But what's going on, Philly? What's up? Pyratosis says 1500 hour king here. Laugh my ass off. But yeah, I and I was talking to Nintendo Prime about this on the last one we had, and he pushed back a little bit, but not as much as you'd think as far as my gamers the worst customers thing. He did dismantle my study. We went through the study, and it turns out it was commissioned by the Trump administration. Mistake number 1.
Yeah.
Vocally anti-gamer. Number 2, the sample size was like fucking tiny, dude. So the gamers are the worst customer study doesn't mean a hill of beans. But the thing is, like I told Prime, we don't need a fucking study. We can watch their behavior in real time. And know they are the worst, or at least the second. I still think sports fans and sports enthusiasts, if I'm being real, I think they have gamers beat, but I don't think anybody else beats gamers.
No, dude. No, yeah, they're the worst.
It's fucking.
They're the worst. Like I said, it's just. I'm just like, wow, man.
I've never seen a group of people like kneecap their own interests like gamers do.
I know, yeah,
like
yeah.
And it's almost what's crazy is it's almost like gamers will kneecap a movement to spite other gamers on a different system than them. Like that seems to be
that's literally what it. That's literally what it is. That's literally what it is, dude.
Like fucking jerks.
Hey, look, it's like I said. It's the same guy say, "Well, it's not affecting me." Okay, that's cool. Then shut the fuck up and go about your day. But except here's the thing, though, because it's online. Guess what do they keep doing? They keep coming out, pulling out their opinion and making their opinion be heard. I was like, look, your opinion does not need to be heard. You said your opinion, now move on. It's like you said, yeah, it's there to demoralize, to make sure that this movement, it's like, I get it. Matter of fact, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and the conversation, my friend was like, look, because about 6 months ago, I told him this. I said, Because he would always bring up, the PS3 era, stuff like that. He'd be like, the PS3 era, the 360 era. He's like, yeah, that era was great. I miss that era. Yeah, no, dude. I said, well, dude, it's time to come to the future. It's like, look, I get it. That era is great, but we have a lot of different, quote unquote modern games now that you can play and whatnot, right? And so now when we have a conversation, he'll be like, well, Disbearity, you told me to come to the future. Now you got to come to the future. We're in the digital future now. Or whatnot. And it's like, look, two things can be true. We can be in the digital future, but also that does not mean that a company can remove our right to choice.
Not my future.
Yeah, exactly. It's not my future. I want to prosecute.
I got a 500 fucking game backlog, asshole. It's not my future.
Like, and that's the thing. It's like, look, we can agree to disagree, and I understand that. But like my future is where I actually want a choice, because you know what? When I go to GameStop.com or go buy a used game, guess what? That used game is going to be tremendously cheaper than its digital counterpart. And then yeah, a digital game might go on sale every once in a full blue moon and be actually cheaper than a physical, but that's usually not the case. And that's why we need That's why we need retail, used retailers. That's why we need GameStop. That's why we need Walmart. That's why we need those retailers. And without those retailers, guess what's going to happen? They could charge. Matter of fact, their whole plan, truth be told, is to do what GTA did. Matter of fact, GTA is going to say, hey, guess what? You can have the official $100 game. Right? That's the official. That's what they want you to get, and we're going to kneecap what you're going to get at $80. Oh, but guess what? But then here's the thing: on the digital marketplace, they're probably going to be like, you know what? Since you guys didn't buy it at $100, guess what? We'll charge you $110. By the way, matter of fact, and that $110 is because you missed the $100 fat. And that's exactly.
I got to spend $110 to go in a certain tattoo shop and swing a fucking dildo club.
Yeah. Pretty much
$110 for that. When I read what the $20 bought, I was gobsmacked.
Yeah,
I'm just like, okay, so it's like a tattoo shop, a dildo club, like some fucking car theft missions. Like, are you assholes kidding me?
No, that's what they want.
Like, amazing. I wouldn't pay that. I don't care if it's Grand Theft Auto or not. Here's dirty little secret, everybody. I've never played one. Actually never played one. And it's not because I don't want to, it's because there's real beef between Nintendo and Rockstar. And aside from Red Dead Redemption, they've never put a game worth a fuck on a Nintendo console that I've owned. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
I mean, I play GTA, but it's like I tell anybody, because my biggest tweet of last month was literally me. I got 1.5K likes. And that is because I basically said, I don't really care for GTA like that. It's like, look, I like the series, but it's not that important right now. I got better games to play. Again, it's like you kind of just said, we got that what do you call that 500K 500 backlog that we got to go through, right? That's what we got to do. We got to play through. GTA is not a priority right now. It's really not much of a priority. So I get it.
They're like, well, Zoo, are you saying that if it's not physical, you're not going to buy it? That's gonna make so many games you'll never give a chance to. Like, I've got a good friend of mine, really good friend. And he's like, Zoo, you got to play Adventures of Elliot. But
here's another thing I also suggested to you, and this is what I kind of low key wanted, and I don't get why they don't. And Nintendo started to do it a little bit too. I said, look, if digital games was $60 and physical was $80, I would not mind paying that, because look, we're technically already, for a brand new game, we're already paying $80 off the bat anyways. So I said, look, I'm okay paying $80 at that point. And that's because that keeps our choice, that keeps our physical collection, and that will cover.
And it goes back to what I was just talking about too, Disbearity, which is the whole movies do this, books do this. Only gaming, it has to be very special. Only gaming doesn't pass the savings on.
Yeah.
They don't pass the savings from transportation and manufacturing onto their customers. It's fucking disgusting, the fact that they don't do that. Every other books do it, movies do it, fucking music does it. Why is gaming special? And yeah, if they did that, and Nintendo is starting to do it, but the problem is, I don't want to not call Nintendo out here. What Nintendo's actually doing, it's fucking brilliant. They actually mark their games up and then gave the discount after the fact, after they already marked up the physical games. So some games are 70, some games are 80. So, like, for example, Yoshi. Yoshi's a $70 game. That's fucking insane, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you buy it digitally, you get Yoshi for $60. Still insane.
Oh, yeah.
And I love Yoshi. I'm going to give that game a sterling review. But one of the things I'm going to say is that nobody should be paying $70 for this.
No, not for Yoshi.
No, I'm sorry. Like, there's got to be.
That's more. To me, it's more so because Yoshi's kind of like
that's a $50 game tops.
Yoshi's one of those like demoralizing games where Nintendo to me just didn't push it enough. Like, we all know Nintendo. They got like not this. I'm just gonna speak on them real quick. They have like what 3 or 4 main game. What do you call it? Franchises, whatnot. Pokemon, Mario, Zelda. And there's probably one more in that mix,
they don't even try with all those. They don't try. I haven't tried Pokemon in years.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, of course they don't try, but those are like the biggest franchise. People don't know who they barely know who Star Fox is. Star Fox literally had the same game 5 times, and I'm like, I'm so ecstatic that people are still clapping like seals for over the remake. Now, keep this in mind. I played Star Fox.
Okay.
I played and beat Star Fox growing up. Okay. I don't need to buy it 30 more times to get the same experience or whatever. Now, if they're actually doing something with this, like, okay, Star Fox's remake becomes Star Fox Adventures 2.0 or something like that, remake or something like that, then that's great. That's beautiful. But if it
Phil right now, and that's not a bad thing necessarily. But I'm gonna do something mean to you now, buddy. So, so you're have you played the new Star Fox?
No, I've seen gameplay. My friends play it.
You've seen gameplay.
Here, I got you. I larped.
Well,
or the new word.
That's what we're about to find out. So, give me a review. Can you review Star Fox for me?
The original Star Fox?
The new Star Fox 2026. Give me a review.
I mean, honestly, it looks the same to me. It looks the same, just prettier graphics.
That's your review.
I mean, with better cutscenes and stuff from what I've been watching from my friend. Yeah, that's pretty much my review. Pretty simple.
How the fuck can you review it? You didn't play it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I can't do it.
Now you're LARPing, but okay.
Yeah, I'm LARPing.
So, anyway, the thing is, and I've been through this with so many people.
Yeah.
The safest bet, and this is my advice to anybody, like, you can talk shit about games, perfectly acceptable to talk shit about games you've not played. Perfectly acceptable. But we have to be careful how we do this. By the way, you're not alone. You were just talking about how you're going to play The Last of Us Part 2. Do you know how many times I've shit-talked The Last of Us Part 2? I've never played that fucking game. I've watched the cutscenes. Now, here's why that doesn't work. I'm about to self-eviscerate here.
Break it down, partner.
I've seen the cutscenes, and I know the story beats. It is a very different experience to be immersed in the game. When you're immersed in the game, when you're actually almost fucking there, man, and the stuff's happening, and you're a part of that story, because that's what it's immersive entertainment, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is a very different experience than watching a YouTube cutscene and picking apart every little thing, because you're a distant viewer at that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I agree.
You're a passive viewer. You're not immersed in it.
I tell anybody, like, before you talk, like, you can have your opinion on it, but before you, like, for me personally, take your opinion seriously, you have to beat the game. You have to at least play it or beat it or pirate, do whatever you got to do in order to get your access to that game.
Now, I'll throw another layer. You mentioned piracy. I'll throw another layer onto that. We also have to, and this isn't the shit on reviewers. I've got friends that get review codes. I've got friends that review games. So it's not to shit talk that. Yeah. But I do want to emphasize, and it's something I've been round and rounds to other friends of the channel. I've been rounds with Brandon just the gyms on it. I've been round and round with Player Essence on this. And that is that if you're going to review a game, there's the reviewer's perspective. And Brandon actually mentioned something that was really interesting about that. He actually said that's a valuable perspective, because it's, even though they didn't pay for the game, they're reviewing it from what is attempting to be a completely objective standpoint. And part of that is taking the fucking money you spent on the game out of the experience. And I get that. But that's not me. I'm a customer.
Yeah.
I pay for my fucking games. So the next layer to that question is, I paid $50 for Star Fox. How much did you pay for Star Fox? And if your answer is, I got a review code, it's like, okay, well, you played it, so I'm still interested in hearing your opinion.
Yeah.
But you didn't have the experience I had. Not to say anything against your experience, Mr. Review Code Guy, because again, that's another useful perspective because it's complete objectivity. As long, and I do think that I don't think most game reviewers are paid shills or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but I do think there is usefulness in that from the complete objective standpoint, as long as they are honest. But again, when I review a game, when I sit down to review a game, you're going to know what I paid for the game.
Yeah.
You're going to know what I thought of the game that I played. Every one of my reviews is going to have the price I paid for the game. Did I not pay? Did I get the game as a gift from mom and dad for Christmas? That's going in the review.
Yeah.
I feel like that there's usefulness in that.
Oh, yeah, it is, yes. Because otherwise your review is not going to be taken seriously because of stuff like that. Like, you got your game you got it for free, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and again, it's okay to get it for free. But just keep in mind, and I'm always going to keep it in mind, you're not having the same experience that I had.
Yeah.
When you pay for a game, a lot goes into that, both good and bad. So I'll give a great example that I tell everybody. Final Fantasy 13. I fucking hate that game. I hate that fucking game. And the reason I hate that game so much is because I came right into Final Fantasy 13. A little bit about my system ownership. I was a Super Nintendo owner. We had a 64 in the house. It's still technically mine. I didn't play it that much.
Yeah.
And then the next Final Fantasy I got to play, because I set a whole generation out, was on the PS3, and it was Final Fantasy 13. I went from Final Fantasy 6, and I leapfrogged to Final Fantasy 13. If you don't think that was a fucking shock and a half, oh my God. That was a shock. That shocked my fucking system. Because I paid $50 in like 2011, I'm wanting to say. Because I paid $50 US as a college student.
Oof.
For Final Fantasy 13. I tried to like that game, Disbearity.
Yeah.
I tried. My gaming budget was done for like 3 months.
Yeah.
I tried so goddamn hard. I did everything I could before finally around chapter 9, I almost got to the giant room in between the two hallways.
Yeah.
I almost got there, but I tapped out. I tapped out. Out of there. And I cut my losses. I took my $8.50 from GameStop and fucking pocketed it for like the fucking Subway for that class. So it's like, fuck. It's like, man. So that's what I'm talking about. So both in a good and a bad way, when you pay for a game, emotions are involved.
Oh yeah.
You can justify things that are inexcusable because you paid $50 in that sunk cost. Also, if you didn't pay for the game, same thing. I think it's easier to love or to hate a game. It's easy to shit on a game you didn't pay for, and it's easy to say a game sets and rises in your ass for a game you didn't pay for.
Oh yeah.
I think once you get the emotions involved, that's where the magic happens. That's part of your experience, right? But anyway, I've been rambling for a while. What do you think of all that?
No, I think it's fair. It's a fair assessment because your opinions are going to be they're definitely going to be different, you know, and that's understandable. I get it. Your opinions are going to run different. You're going to speak differently, you know, if you're getting something for free or not, you know. For me personally,
what are you even talking about?
Like for me personally, as a creator, I get games free all the time because I'm a strategy gamer, right? And so but here's the difference is for me. So I speak honestly when it comes to games I play. I have to speak honestly because if I don't speak honestly, like if I play a strategy game just garbage, I'm sorry, I just can't say that's good, you know, they work for me or not. I got to be honest because that's what creates a better product.
And I want to be clear. I think that most people who get review codes, I think they're exactly like you.
Yeah.
I do think most people are honest.
Yeah.
And so I'm not implying or insinuating any dishonesty from anybody who does get review codes. Again, you're a friend of the channel. You get codes.
Yeah.
Player Essence gets codes. But I also know you guys buy a shit ton of games too. That's the thing. Thunderstash gets codes. But Thunderstash, if you look behind him, you're going to see a fuck ton of games. Hey, you know what the companies don't give you? Physical games.
Oh, yeah.
They don't give you a physical game for a review most of the time. So that's the thing. It's just like you've got to. I don't think that it's dishonest. I just think y'all are having a different experience than I am, and there's value in that, but there's also limitations to that. And it doesn't sound like you disagree. So
no, for sure, no.
Yeah,
I agree.
Let's see what we got here. So last we had was 1500 Hour King. Phil One Up Collect he's doing dangerous fucking territory right now.
Oh, what's that?
He says Zoo's true name is, and I'm not going to say it. So first of all, Phil, you asshole, you do understand in demonology or daedrology, Daedra for those who are Elder Scrolls fans, that a Daedra or demon's true name is very, very close to them because it gives you control over them. So number one, you're being an asshole. Number two, that name is some very powerful juju. Haven't you fucking watched Ghostbusters?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get Gozer here, dude. So whether my real name is Zool or not, let's not bring Gozer. Let's not bring the State Puff Marshmallow Man into existence. Huh? Phil collects this time to put that in the Bible. Oh, I've got to fit it between the last cool kid on the internet and some fucking old man. I'm running out of bio, Phil. One of our mutual friends gave me some fucking old man thing. So that's proudly on the bio and it will be forever now. Yeah, Zeus, some fucking old man that fucking fucking laughed so hard at that, man. That was awesome. Phil says the moment the celebrities were on stage at E3 and gaming became mainstream, that's when the downfall began.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, for sure, dude.
So I want to be careful here, okay? Like it's fun to laugh about, and I don't think you're wrong, Phil. But there's a fine line between gatekeeping and gatekeeping, if you know what I mean. Like I don't want to gatekeep the hobby. I need as many people playing video games as possible because that's how the medium grows. That's how the gospel spreads. That's how we bring more people, more revenue, more jobs, and ultimately more games into this industry because we fucking need that, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, the danger of opening things up, in particular gaming, I feel like is a victim of its own success story. The moment it becomes a gold rush and there's all this money pouring into the hobby, that means you're also going to get a bunch of outsiders, not gamers. I want all the gamers here. I don't care who you are, what you do. I want you to play games.
Yeah.
But these outsiders coming into the games industry from banking sectors and auto sectors and sports teams, that's where the shit is happening. That's where we're getting in shit. So I would narrow that down and say that I want to gatekeep the industry, not necessarily gatekeep playing video games. Does that sound? What do you think of that, man?
I mean, okay. So, like, I will definitely say, yeah, it's a little bit of mixture of both. You know, it's like you do what you kind of don't. You know, you do what you kind of don't. I feel like, yeah, games are. It's like kind of like similar to like the movie industry, right, or animation stuff, right? When you hire, professionals, like, or how can I say, when you hire actors to do voice acting, right? Guess what? You have to leave something behind, right? Which when it comes to animation, it's usually the animation. So you get like weaker scenes and stuff, and that's pretty similar to what the game scene is right now.
That's a good point. That's a devastatingly good point.
Because is the best example I can tell you is
you're saying that some of these celebrities and some of these high profile executives that they're paying an arm and a leg to bring into the industry, that's sucking up all the money, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically, yes. And so, like, if you were to watch the latest season of X-Men '97, you just see where the budget's going towards. It's going towards the animation, and that's phenomenal.
I've heard X-Men '97 is good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I've heard it's real good.
Yeah, it's
like they took the '90s show, which storyline wise was already good. The only weakness of the '90s show was the animation, right? And they've basically taken the complex, nuanced stories of the '90s X-Men and they brought it to like Studio Bones level animation. I've heard.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I've got to see this at some point.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. It's fucking fantastic. I'm enjoying every little bit of it right now.
So I've got an animation show for you too. I assume you've seen Samurai Jack.
Yes, I have. Yes, classic.
But okay, Scavenger's Reign. Look up Scavenger's Reign. I'm seeing that show do things in animation I didn't know was possible.
Yeah, that's something
I think it's only going to get one season, which makes me real sad. But that one season is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. No, for sure. I've been back on my anime grind, so that's something I have been getting into lately.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Give me a little bit of description of that. Delicious in Dungeon.
It's a Dungeons and Dragons campaign where they battle monsters and then cook them and eat them into delicious meals. So, for example, they're fighting a ghost that can materialize and solidify at will. And after they beat the ghost, they turn the ghost into delicious ghost ice cream. I want to eat the ghost ice cream. I say this as a ghost, so I understand this is cannibalism, but I don't give a fuck. That ice cream looks fucking good. It's a weird, wild, wacky show.
Yeah. No, definitely got to check it out.
Yeah, check that one out. Also, just an oldie but a goodie, Techno Lies. If you can track down Techno Lies. It's by the same guy that did Serial Experiments Lane. And it's another show that basically predicts the future. Right.
No, I'll definitely check it out. It sounds actually fantastic.
It's horrifying. Yeah, it's a horrifying show. More horrifying than Serial Experiments Lane by far. Basically, the thing is, it's augmentation and replacements. Think like, have you ever played Deus Ex?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah, think of that, like augmentations and shit like that. It's that, but it explores what it means to be human in one of the most interesting ways I've ever seen. Eventually, they start turning themselves into shapes, which is where they basically replace everything except their brain and stem.
Oh, okay.
And because they lack the sensory, they can't touch, they can't taste, they can't smell, they go crazy, dude. They basically lose their humanity. They go nuts.
Wow.
It's a horrifying show, but it's so fucking good.
No, it's definitely something I need to check out.
Techno Lies, and it's spelled weird. I'll shoot it.
Yeah, send it to me. Yeah,
you'll never spell it. I can't. I'll have to. But it's ridiculously spelled. Okay, Phil says, how does saving physical media hurt their digital games? It doesn't affect you at all. Play your digital games and shut up. Let people who care about physical games have it. Oh, 100%.
That's all. Hey, that's all we've been saying.
Yeah. 100%. So the question that I always ask these people when it comes up, guys, and you should ask them too, and then block them. Protect your peace and block them. But if someone comes in, hey, just coming by to say I have nothing to say, that's basically what they're doing. But just ask them the question. Why do you want to deprive me of physical games? Why do you want to do that? Put it on them. Put it on their shoulders. Ask, why do you want to see me deprived? Because
exactly.
wonder about it. I wonder how much is gamers the worst customers being gamers the worst customers, and how much is just that good old American spirit of kicking someone in the face when they're down. It is our favorite hobby in this country. Is that what's happening? Is it not even about the video games? Is it just that you see someone who's having a bad time?
Yeah, it's people that it's people who are they want to be asked. Yeah, it's that they want to be assholes about it because it kind of shows you who they truly are as a person. That's to me that's how I look at it, you know. Because like, look, again, I'm not going to knock you. If you like digital games, I'm not going to knock you for that. I would never knock you for that. Because, I buy digital games. I buy them on PC. I'm totally okay with it. That's totally fine. But I buy physical as well. And I think I told a friend this today, by the way. I told her, I said, hey, look, I buy.
We all have digital games. All of us have them.
I told her, I said, hey. I told him, I said, hey, look, I buy physical games because I have my little nephews to play and enjoy. Because even today, I let my nephew play I've been letting him play Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil on my Steam Deck, on my ROG Ally, right? And then I said, look, when you're ready, I'll let you play Resident Evil 2 Remake whenever you're ready or whatnot. And I've been telling him that. And so it's been a joy seeing him hop on the game, play the game, and enjoy it. It really has been,
Well, and that's part of the experience for me is the tactile. So again, I come from the console world. And this is something a lot of PC gamers, I've been a PC gamer and I've been a console gamer, but I started life as a console gamer. What is a console? So you have to look at the entire lineage of games. It all starts with sports. It all starts with sports and board games. That's what it starts. Now, both of those have a very tactile nature to them. You're touching the board game pieces. You're touching the chess pin. You're on the fucking field playing ball, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, ultimately these games get distilled down. So sports, which is the actual games, becomes board games. Board games become, things like tabletop games, pinball machines, things of that nature. And at some point, there's a divergent thing called the personal computer that comes out. And naturally, games develop on there as well. And so, but games there are more complex, they're larger, they have more dialogue typically. So that's where you would get your games like your Ultima, your Wizardries, which mainly mirrored like tabletop games, whereas your console game, whereas your arcade games comes directly from the pinball machines and the tactile nature, the integrated hardware and software. One pinball machine, one operation system. Arcades were one. Consoles come from that legacy. Consoles come from the legacy of, instead of integrated hardware and software on a one basis, one game, one integrated hardware that comes with that software. Console said, we're going to do integrated hardware, but we're going to standardize it, and the games will all work specifically for that integrated hardware. And part of the importance of the console, because of those roots, is the tactile nature of blowing the card, putting the card in, pressing the fucking button. There's memories associated with that. And that's what I mean. It is about access. It is about ownership. As Thunderstash put so great on the Nintendo Byte podcast last night, everybody close your eyes. I'm going to take you through a quick experiment, okay? Close your eyes and think of any game in your physical collection. Now, if you were able to think of that game in your physical collection, I guarantee there's a story that you can remember that puts you in a spot in your life where you were buying that physical game. There's a story behind that physical game. Like, I'm thinking Oblivion because I'm excited for the new Oblivion remaster, right? And that's what I'm thinking about. And there'll be a story because there's a cart behind that. Let me give you a couple stories real quick. Yoshi's Crafted World. Absolute mediocre dog water game.
My man, and my man is Yoshi.
But that game, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is amazing. But Yoshi's Crafted World, not great. But we did have fun. I played that game. It's one of the few games my girlfriend played with me because she thought it was cute. And we played the game. In particular, there was the levels where like you're on like a skiff and you have to like throw eggs at moles that are hanging from balloons or some shit like that. I'll never forget playing that game with her. That game, there's a physical story behind that game and when we got that game and why we got that game. Or take Captain Toad. Captain Toad is a game that I completed on the Nintendo Switch during a 18-hour road trip to Perdido Keys, Florida with my nephew. We bought the fucking game on the way there. And we played all the way through it on that road trip. I'll never forget that moment, man. I'll never forget that.
Yeah. That's a great experience. That's a great experience.
Echoes of Wisdom. I bought that on our Smoky Mountains, Tennessee trip. That was the game I played throughout that trip when I wasn't driving. Like, yeah, I mean, we all have a game. I promise you have a game memory like that. I mean,
no, for sure. But people, they don't want to have those memories. What they want their kids to have the memories of is for you to, hey, Dad, can I borrow your credit card to go play some Fortnite tokens or whatever? It's like that's what they want. That's the.
I can't help but think that we are starving an entire generation from a collective memory experience that's going to be hard to get back. I'm not saying you're wrong. But God, it's humanity denial. It's absolute humanity denial. It is treating everything as a commodity, even your fucking potential for memories. I've always, and I'm deeply offended by it, honestly. If I can be real with you for a second, because as I drink, that happens.
Yeah,
I'm deeply offended by this. My golden rule in life, and it's one that I can tell everybody, you should do this. This is old man advice coming at you. When you have a choice, when you have an opportunity cost, a choice between two things, and you can only do one.
Yeah.
Pick the choice that will give you the more interesting story to tell. There is no scenario where purchasing a digital game from a internet storefront is going to
give you that experience. Yep.
Than buying a game physically. Even if it's just to go get an ice cream cone and chat with the nice man or lady at the desk. That's the more interesting story than, yeah, I DoorDashed a digital game into my account.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, guys.
No, for sure.
You're robbing yourselves of your own humanity. You're robbing yourselves of living. It's so much deeper than even access and ownership.
No, for sure, dude. Like, I like, again, this timeline that we're in, it's such a sad timeline. Like, and I applaud everybody for putting up the good fight. I really do. I appreciate everybody for standing their ground and saying their opinion in peace. And I have a friend. Again, the same friend literally said, what do you call it? Why are y'all waking up now? Why? Like, what's going on? Why did your frontal lobe, finally kick in? It's like, no, I want to say, like, I believe, I mean, it's funny, but it's like, I believe we've all been, we all been woken up. We've been fighting this for a while, but the problem is that not every gamer, we're not, what's that word? We're not one single cell, we're not one brain, kind of, what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, what can you do about it at the end of the day? And I say, I mean, yeah, gamers, a lot of people are finally waking up, but it's like they didn't think that this is going to be a reality like this, especially this soon. Like, to me, I was like, damn, they could at least wait until until we are already at the PS6. You
ever toured a slaughterhouse?
No, I have not.
I don't recommend it. What I will tell you though is that the cows are usually very calm until they get huddled, until they get kettled into that place that's going to the kill room floor. And then they start to act a little wonky. They start to smell that blood. They start to get an idea of what's about to happen to them.
Yeah.
The problem is, by the time you get into the kettle and you're heading toward that kill floor, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my fear.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll find out. I'm not going to demoralize. That's one thing I've said that I will not do throughout this entire thing. But I know gamers. I know they're buying. I know they're the worst customers, and I do worry about it. But maybe I hope you're right. I hope maybe my friend Rush Dog, who's a friend of the bar, has said to me that he thinks that they might have thrown the frog into boiling water a little too fast. I hope that's true. God, do I hope that's true. And we will see. But at this point, not going to demoralize. We keep fighting.
Yeah,
people ask me, like, Zoo, you don't have a dog in this fight. You've never been a PlayStation guy, and that's true. But I do have a dog in this fight because here's the thing. Like, yeah, I'm not impacted, but you're my friend. You're my brother. You're a lifelong PlayStation fan. Phil is a lifelong PlayStation fan. Jay from Cold Nights, he's a lifelong PlayStation fan. OJ and Nintendo Prime have PlayStations. It does fucking impact me. It is personal. It absolutely is, because you're trying to take their access, their ownership, their memories with their kids away. It is personal. People are like, it's not personal. It's business. No, it is personal. It's deeply fucking personal, guys.
Yeah, it is.
And don't, I know it's the masculine thing to do, to be like, oh no, yeah, we're gonna stand on business. No, this might be business to Sony, but to us, it is personal. That's why we're reacting this way. Let's see here, but good point, Phil. Yeah, it doesn't. That's the thing. It doesn't affect digital players at all. But they're doing the American thing, which is to kick you in the face while you're down. I feel like that is a lot of it. Phil says, I was talking to my dev friend earlier, and he said this could be manufacturing consent, where Sony breaks silence, comes back, and says, we heard you will do physical, but only a $99 game now.
I think okay. At that point, would you accept physical though? That's the question though. Because like I stated, I was like, as long as like, that definitely is the thing. It definitely depends on the game for sure.
That's not new to me. I bought Final Fantasy VI in 1995. That was $100 game, and it was $80 in 1995. That's $100 game in today's currency. That's more than $100 game.
Yeah.
Star Fox, I think, was $100. I didn't have Star Fox New. I never had that one new. OJ's got a story about that. I think his mom paid $100 so he could play Star Fox brand new when it came out. He had the special chip and shit. I think he said it was. I'll have to get with him, but I think he said $100.
Yeah.
In 1994, I think Star Fox came out. So, yeah, we've already done it. It depends on the game. If you give me a Baldur's Gate 3, I'll pay $100 for a physical of Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Actually, technically, apparently that is the price of physical. That's if you now you can go on eBay and get a physical copy for about $56, which is something I'm planning on doing, because look, I need a physical copy of that game. Yeah. You know, and I think the only place where you can buy an actual physical of that game is through their website, Valerian's website.
They deeply underestimate physical purchasers' neurodivergence if they don't think we'll pay ridiculous prices for physical games. I'll never forget. It was fucking oh my god, what Outlast. I paid $110 for the Switch version of Outlast 1. I paid $90 for a shmup Esprit de Psi. So
wait, repeat that. How much?
How neurodivergent we are as physical collectors. I promise, baby, I promise. It's not the flex they think it is to say, oh yeah, you're only gonna if you want physical, you're gonna pay more. Accepted. Your proposal is accepted as long as the game is worth it to me. Let's see. Absolutely better than no physical option at all. But that may happen. I'll give your friend that, Phil. That may happen. But they better be careful on that, because we're not going to pay $99 for Rhythm Heaven. We're not going to pay $99 for fucking Vampire Crawlers. I'm never.
No. No, yeah.
Cheat on Vampire Crawlers. Vampire Crawlers robbed me of an entire weekend. That game was that good.
Yeah,
I'm not paying $100 for that game.
No, that's very, very game dependent, man. Very, very game dependent for sure. Like, it better be fucking phenomenal. But look, man, did you also read that, like, how Obsidian, when it comes to their games and stuff too, you know, how they're working on Fallout again, correct? Which is freaking fantastic. But at the same time, it's kind of sad though. And I say that because I like that they wanted to work on other games and such, do other things and other projects and all that. But it's sad because I will say they were somewhat mid projects, but they were fun projects though.
Well, so here's the thing, and so that's a good discussion to have actually, because I actually Justin, who's another friend of the show, who's coming on the show next week. Justin actually said something. So I was on the opposite end of that, but Justin said something that kind of changed my mind a little bit. Because we were talking about that because Player Essence brought up in one of the discussions I was having. He's like, yeah, but Zoo, one thing that Nintendo, that Sony's not, or Microsoft's not doing here with their layoffs and shit is they were going to make Avowed, but they weren't going to make a new Fallout game. And he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, let's see. I'm like, well, let me call Nintendo out because you're talking to the guy who waited 18 fucking years for 2D Mario to come back on consoles. So you're talking to the wrong. So I've got to bring that up, buddy. Shigeru Miyamoto has spent his entire fucking adult life running away in terror from making another 2D Mario game. He didn't want to make it with the Super Nintendo. Yamauchi made him. He didn't want to make it with New Super Mario Brothers Wii and didn't make it. Iwata made them make it and then put another team on it because that's how much Miyamoto did. And he's even said, I made that game already. I don't want to make it again. Well, too bad, asshole. It sold 20 to 30 million copies every time you make it. So you're going to fucking make it. And why should one of the greatest selling games of all time be denied because some bitter old man decided he doesn't want to make it? Fuck you. Get the minds with you. But on the other hand, Justin did make a great point when he said, sometimes yes, and yes, he absolutely should have made 2D Mario. There never should have been an 18-year gap between 2D Mario games on consoles, ever. But you have to keep in mind that sometimes surprises are good because if they never surprise us, we never get anything new.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not making the game that we want. Sometimes you need to work on the next game we didn't know we needed. Great point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel like that was really good. So, kind of kicked me out of my old man mode there. I'm like, yeah, you know what? We wouldn't have got Star Fox. We wouldn't have got Splatoon. We wouldn't have got ARMS. These are all really... ARMS is still my dad's favorite Switch game. Like, it's not anybody else's, but it's his. And I'm glad he has it. We play it every time we go over there. We play it. So, yeah. Sometimes you got to work on the new shit. I agree. Nintendo is in a golden opportunity to come out and say, we at Nintendo heard the news. We understand you love physical games and will end key cards and help third-party devs offset. You and this fucking key card thing, man.
Yeah.
And I know that's rich coming from me, but buddy, have you turned the TV on lately? I also think key cards are bad, and I'm not saying to shut up about key cards.
I agree. Here's the thing. When I look at it now, I'm like, yeah, key cards are definitely shit. Don't get it twisted. But it's better than what Sony's doing, though. It's so much better than what Sony's doing.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I'm still never going to buy a fucking key card, ever.
Yeah.
You're never going to catch me slipping on that, ever. But I can't, in good conscience, continue to bring up game key cards until whatever this is. It doesn't mean we should ignore it. Again, call it out. I will continue to not buy them. You should continue to not buy them. And anytime a company puts out a game key card, we should fucking shit on them.
Factually true.
But that's the strategy isn't that I'm going to piss and moan every day like I did on my blog, on my Twitter for months straight. That ship has sailed. They love game key cards. And good on them. You know how much money they fucking saved me?
How much?
So, oh God. I stopped counting at like $1,600. It's probably in the 4,000 by now on Switch 2.
Damn. But you'll have to hear it, though.
It'd be a lot of money. Like there's so many games. Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly, Street Fighter 6, Resident Evil 9, Elliot.
Now, sir, were you going to play these games, or were you going to LARP them?
Play them eventually. That's the goal. Here's the thing, it's my goddamn money. If I never get to it, fuck you. Who cares?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Notice what I don't. I'm not going to talk about them until I play them. And that's what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. I old man rambled. My train of thought on that is when we are shitting on when we're shitting on games we haven't played, it should be in the vein of interest. So what I will always do, and I've always held this position, I'm never going to tell you that a game I haven't played sucks. I don't fucking know if it sucks. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a friend that does that. You try to suggest him some games to play, he'll say it sucks, and
what I will do is I can tell you I'm interested. Here's why, or I'm not interested. Here's why. That's what we should do. It's okay to not be interested in a video game. Like, okay, well, I'm not going to play it, and I'm not interested in it, and this is why I'm not interested in it. And then give your reasons. And then nobody can be mad at you for that. Like, oh, okay, fair enough. What I get mad at is when people tell me that Star Fox sucks because they watched a fucking cutscene of some dialogue. And they're like, oh, the new Star Fox game sucks. That dialogue was better on the fucking N64 game. No, it wasn't. No, it fucking wasn't. Objectively, no, it wasn't. Second of all, from an objective standpoint, this is better voice acting. It just is. We're talking about the fucking N64 gen, dude. But you may prefer the N64 through nostalgia or because you like the delivery. Totally different conversation, but from an objective standpoint, it's better.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not interested in it, I will accept that. You'll never hear me argue with somebody who says, I'm not buying the same game for the fifth fucking time. Okay, totally get that, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I mean, well, hold on. There's a couple games I tend to do that with, and one of them is Kingdom Hearts. So I'm not gonna hold you. I bought that game at least about 30,000 times. PS2 to PS3 to PS5, PS4, PS5. So hey, there are very, very few select games that will get me to do that. Very, very select few. But you know what though? At least I know it's going to be worth my money, worth my time.
So
but
I gotta ask, because you're a Kingdom Hearts guy, and I'll tell you who else is a king. It's Crimson Rosso, another fan, and Mad Kaiser, I think, are both friends of the show, and they are Kingdom Hearts guys.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll ask you. It doesn't seem like I'm ever gonna fucking get to play them because of these assholes at fucking Square shit. But so tell me what I'm missing with Kingdom Hearts.
What am I missing? Put it like this: it's a long, convoluted story.
Yeah. The
gameplay is fantastic, though. Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2 gameplay is phenomenal. You're missing 8 games at least? You have Kingdom Hearts 1, you have 2, you have 3, you have Birth by Sleep, you have Dream Drop Distance. Technically, that's pretty much it, because the other 2 are movies in terms of now. You're missing. Put it like this: each game is about at least 40 hours long. They're long, but they're not as long as you would think. Though, like if you were to, let's say, 40
hours is perfect. That's respects your time. It's not
because if I recall, I played Kingdom Hearts 1 so many times that it takes 8 hours to get to to get to either Halloween Town or Little Mermaid's World. That's about 8 hours. And the reason why I know this is because I didn't have a memory card back in the day, and also the game has an in-game timer, so you constantly play it,
there's another thing you want to talk about. Here's a bitch I have with game key cards, real quick.
Go ahead.
Since you mentioned memory, they've tricked us into paying for our own memory and storage again. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
But last time, logistically, they couldn't figure out how to do it with internal memory. That's why they had the fucking memory.
Well, this time they had an excuse, and that excuse is AI. And that's another reason why I didn't buy Nintendo Switch 2, because I was looking at the price and logistics here. Console's it's $450, right? Soon to be $500. Well, with tax and stuff, I've been paying about $480 just for the console itself, up to close already $500. Okay, cool. Now let's say if I just get pure Nintendo games, I'll be safe on storage. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, let's say I want to get some third parties in there. Well, guess what? With this whole game keycard situation, that 256 gigabytes is going to fill up within 5 seconds. Like, let's say, like two games.
Does it? Final Fantasy VII does it by itself almost.
Exactly. And so Nintendo should at least give a terabyte, but of course that's beyond Nintendo. They don't want to do that. That's too much for them. They don't want to do that. And so and then I was thinking, I was like, okay, well, how much is a 2 terabyte express card? That's another $200. So I'm like, okay, I'm already at like $600 by itself or whatever. And then, okay, we'll say, if I want to get Nintendo Switch Online, about a year, it's what $50, $60 right now? I don't know what the current price is. And so it just keeps at it. So it's like, why am I going to do that? I mean, at that point, it's just like, what's the point?
Well, not wrong at all. We're just now getting to the point where I would be actually interested in buying the system had I not gotten one as a gift. So again, full disclosure, my system was a gift, and that matters. When I play my first Switch 2 game, I'm gonna have to tell people that, hey, this was a gift. At least the system was. Pyratosis.
Now, Kingdom Hearts 3. Now that one was a betrayal. That one was definitely a betrayal because that one was the one where they literally took out all Final Fantasy and it was basically Disney's advertisement game. Disney didn't give a fuck about Kingdom Hearts 3. All they want to do is just want to advertise their corporate greed. I'll just say it like that.
That's where Disney took over the Kingdom Hearts, basically.
Basically, yes. Because the problem with Kingdom Hearts 3 was like they reduced the amount of worlds that you go to. So in most Kingdom Hearts games, there's about 12 to 13 worlds that you go to that you adventure around, yada yada with Woo, right?
Right.
They reduced that to about 8. And then each world, they're nice and beautiful in graphics, but they felt lifeless and soulless. Like they didn't feel like, what Kingdom Hearts should be. It felt like it was just poorly thought of and just rushed out of.
Okay, so here's my question. With that in mind, are you as a Kingdom Hearts fan excited for Kingdom Hearts 4?
I am excited for Kingdom Hearts 4 because I believe that Square Enix they're pulling away from the Disney stuff. Like they're going to have minimum Disney and they're doing Final Fantasy around this time. So the first saga, because they go by sagas now, right? The first 6 games, it's called a saga. So the first saga was, let's say it was called the Disney saga probably. This saga is probably going to be the Square Enix saga, where instead of going to Disney Worlds, I mean, apparently they say you might still be going to Disney Worlds, apparently from the rumor. But they'll still, I hope that they feature more Final Fantasy though, for sure, this time around.
Yeah, that would be great too. Yeah, because I like Disney, but I like Final Fantasy more if I'm being real. I've never been a Disney adult. I've always been more of a Nintendo adult. That carries its own shame. But let's see here. So we will have to charge $80 for each game physically and raise Nintendo Online subs if they did that. So all key cards are gone and all third party is physical on Switch 2. I would totally be okay with that. Yeah, I mean, I would too. But again, the third party developers, they love game key cards.
It's funny. My sister, she's very similar to me, and I didn't really it shows how much I don't know more about my sister. So she asked me when she was buying her kids a Switch 2. She was like, "Sean, do the games come on the cart or are they game key card?" I was like, "Well, sis," I was like, Nintendo games do, but not other third party games or whatever." And she was like, "Okay, well, we're only going to be buying Nintendo games, and we're not buying because she knows there's value." In physical games, that's her value. Yeah. She's like, I want my games to be on this cart, on the thing, and I was actually very surprised she even said that. I thought she would care.
You guys are raised right. What can I say?
Yeah. And so
guys are raised with the home training. It's rare these days.
And so that's why it's quite interesting that And then when I told her about the whole Sony stuff, Sony getting good at disc and physical media stuff. She was like, "Yeah, I can't believe that either." And that she's like, "Yeah, there's a lot of corporate guzzlers out there." And I was like, "Oh wow, I did not expect her to say that either."
A lot of beers for evil corporations for sure.
Because she was telling us how at her job they're trying to do away with physical IDs and stuff like that too. And they want you to do chips and all the other shit. She works for our state, so for state of Texas. So she was like, I was like, "Yeah, I believe it." We're getting to that. We're finally getting to that point now. And again, I'm not when I tell people, I'm not mad at, you going digital. That's what you want. That's what I'm like, look, but What annoys me though is like there's a group of people who are mad at me for playing on digitally and playing physical on a console. You know, I'm like, I don't understand the whole logic of you being pissed off of how I play my games. It's like, well, Disbearity, play.
They think they're enlightened. They're like fucking future bro spacemen. Like they think they're enlightened and they're future forward, and these walking fucking spaceman techno dicks that just fuck them. Stupid.
Yeah, look, Disbearity, you play your games on PC. Okay, now I also play my games physically. I've always bought my games physically on console. You know, it's great. It's like, look, I can hop the fuck off my desk. I can go inside and cut on my PS5 and take a break off my PC. Especially now, since again, when I work in a garage, and the garage has no installation. I have air conditioning in here, and I have a fan. It does its best, but it's not the greatest experience.
Oh, that's a war of attrition right now with how fucking humid things are.
Basically, it's like, so in Texas, it's like 110. It's like 100 degrees every single day. So
it killed my fridge. It killed my fucking fridge this week. We had to have a guy come out and had to replace the not the compressor, but the motor in the fridge, because the fridge I lost my entire lower freezer part of food on one of my fridges. It's crazy.
Wow. So it's like so hot in here that like my PC, you're all like, because I have a Ryzen 9900X, not trying to flex or anything. It's a pretty beefy CPU. My CPU usually idles at about 50 degrees or whatnot, about 45 to 50. Right now it idles at 60 because it's so damn hot. And I also dusted it or whatnot. Ooh. I got my duster these past couple days and I cleaned it out, and yeah, it's that.
No,
so
it's brutal.
So that's to say,
bad. Like, yeah. Ooh.
And so that's why I'm like, look, I'm playing more Ghost of Yotai because it's that I don't have to have my computer. I'm not, especially now. Let me tell y'all, I'm not trying to get my computer to die right now, especially when we're like in this fucking AI economy. You know,
by the way, I told Phil the same thing. I'm like, even if I could run Baldur's Gate 3, it's like I want to, and I love that fucking game, but this computer is built for tomorrow, and it's a 1050 Ti. I think we need to look for indie games, Philly, for a little while. Let's see. Tell him, Zoo, how the new Pokemon looks worse than the old Switch game. Show him the screenshots. You can't unsee it. I will do that, Phil. Yeah, I couldn't fucking believe it. I couldn't believe it. Pokemon Wind Waves, if you compare it to screenshots from like the last game, Scarlet Violet, bro, it looks almost fucking identical.
Yeah, they don't learn. But you know, though,
it looked really nice in the trailer. I will say that it looked real nice in the trailer, but then when you actually compare it to the game, it's the same fucking shit.
Hey man, it's Pokemon. And people are going to eat it up. And what can you do? What can you do about it? You know?
Yeah, it's another Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, it's the biggest anything on the planet. Yep.
You know, so it's like, hey, at the end of the day, if that's what people want. That's what people want. What can I do about it?
And I will say this: the new Pokemon games are fun. They're very fun. Like I've got, again, Jay from Cold Nights loves them to death. And I had fun with Scarlet Violet, but you can't ship a game well, apparently you can, but you should not be able to ship a game that runs that much like a bag of assholes.
Oh yeah. Like, for me personally, I quit playing Pokemon back in 2019 with Sword and Shield. I was going to get Scarlet and Violet, but I was like, you know what? I kind of outgrew Pokemon, and I outgrew them for something like that. Like, I want them to be better as a game / franchise,
right,
but that's never going to happen. And you know, I have a couple of friends who are Pokemon friends, you know, and my thing is like they'll never be honest about it. They'll never be honest about themselves and say like, you know what? Yeah, I agree that this series should probably do better, especially when you're, no offense to not to be ageist or anything. When you're like 40 plus, you know, you should be doing better in terms of like, you know, say, hey, yeah, maybe guys, Nintendo should do better. Maybe we deserve better as a game or as a franchise, but when you're
I've
not,
always told them it's like it's called Shin Megami Tensei fucking 5, and you should all play it. Shin Megami Tensei 5 should sell.
Matter of fact, I even said Ni no Kuni #1 was better than Pokemon.
I have Ni no Kuni. You just moved that up my radar, honestly. I have it for Switch. It looks like a moving Studio Ghibli movie to me.
Yo, it's good.
I need to play Ni no Kuni. That's one I need to fast track. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The second one, what's funny is like I haven't beat it because it's vastly different than the first game. Because the first game it was very Pokemon-esque.
Very cool, and it does the whole game look as fluid as what I've seen in the cutscenes and shit.
Yeah, it actually is.
The battle like a fucking Ghibli game.
Like the battles in the second game remind me more of like Star Ocean, in a sense.
That's not bad either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rush Dog says, "Evening, gentlemen. What's everyone drinking?" So, Disbearity he's in the Kool-Aid Club. He's drinking some soda pop. So he's in the water, the H2O, the Kool-Aid Club. Although, Disbearity, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am 33.
33.
I'm old.
You're right on the cusp. I was going to say, were you able to taste greatness of the 90s Island Twist Mango Berry Kool-Aid? Did you ever get to try that?
Well, repeat that again. My bad, sorry.
Kool-Aid in the 90s, I'm wanting to say in the mid-90s, had a Kool-Aid packet. They were the Island Twist, so like strawberry kiwi, which I think they still have, but and now it's just their main line brand of Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Which we've all had fruit punch, we've all had fucking grape, but they had one in the 90s called Mango Berry Kool-Aid.
That sounds fantastic.
It was the best. The closest proximity you could get to it now is Ocean Spray Cran Mango. And it's close, dude. It's really fucking close. It's not quite as cloyingly sweet. And in a way, that's kind of good.
Yeah.
But, oh, man. Every once in a while, the Mango Berry Kool-Aid packets will show up at like extortionate amounts of money on eBay. And I'm a sucker. I grab them every time. Let's see here. And Rush Dog, I am drinking Blanton's tonight. I'm getting near to the bottom of another bottle of Blanton's, which means I will only have one full bottle of Blanton's left. And it's time for me to start rustling up another bottle. Phil One Up Collect says, tell him, Zoo, how the new Pokemon looks. We already did that one. Rush Dog says, online multiplayer is new to Star Fox 2026. That's a first for the franchise. Yeah, the dog fights, and we're gonna have to hop into those soon. Rush, I think I'm about ready. I'm gonna do one last run. I'm gonna take on Sector 6 and Venom 2, and then we'll be good to go. And I'm probably gonna do that this weekend. You fell for Zoo's review trap. Everybody falls. Everybody falls for Zoo's review trap because we all do it. That's the dirty secret. We got to be better about it, but we all do it.
Oh, that's never gonna happen. Everyone has to have their opinion on it. On everything. So.
Yes, absolutely. Unless you're Mid Prime 4, nobody cares about that. Phil, we kind of did that with Mid Prime 4.
Hey, but Phil, let me tell you though, man. At least y'all got Metroid Prime. Okay, y'all got to be at least excited.
We didn't. It's not
because otherwise, y'all we're not gonna get one for another 50 years.
Good. Good. If it looks like that, good. If it plays like that, good. That game, fucking Halo.
Actually, you know what, Zoo? That was actually my only Switch game I bought. The one only Switch, my one only Switch game was Metroid Prime 4. Switch 2 game, I mean. Yeah, I bought it for my nephews.
What is the matter with you?
I bought it for my nephew. My nephew wanted it. That's what he wanted for his birthday.
Did he like it?
I don't know. I have to ask him about it. I don't know, actually.
Yeah, ask him about it. And if he says yes, what's wrong with him? But now I can't. But again, I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. I haven't played Metroid Prime 4. I'm not. What I will tell you is I am not interested in Metroid Prime 4. I am not interested in a Temu Halo with a bunch of fucking douchebags that fucking tell Samus where to go and what to do and where to take her piss at. Not interested. Not interested at all. They killed my interest in that game literally with like the last fucking thing they showed off. I was so hyped until that last fucking first impressions that all the gamers were like, fuck, they ruined it. But anyway, find out. But no, legitimately, he played the game. Find out if he liked it, and let me know. I'm just curious.
Yeah, that's what I asked because my nephew. So I have 4 nephews, and this is the second oldest I bought for, and he's high functioning autistic. So like when he comes to games, he's very particular what he likes, and like that's what he wanted. And I ask him every time, like, "Wait, have you beat?" I always ask him every time, like, "Have you beat your game? Have you beat this game? Have you beat your game? Et cetera, et cetera." Like and so he really likes Pokemon himself. But he was like, "Uncle, I want Metro Prime." So yeah, I'll go ahead and definitely ask him and check him out and stuff like that. Make sure that he.
But indeed, nobody cares about Metroid Prime 4. Clearly, nobody cares because nobody bought it.
But granted, they'll give it a little small fair break. They did. They did have to. If I recall right, they had to reboot it correctly. If I'm correct, right? Development.
Yeah, no, that game was in development hell for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see what it looked like before they scrapped it, though. Now we'll never see it, but I'm kind of curious. Let's see. Oh, howdy, Phil. Pyratosa says, "What's up, Rush Dog?" He says, "You can take them out of my cold, dead hands." Talk about our physical games. Fuck yeah, man. Rush Dog says, "The flip side to that, Zoo, is if you pay for a game, you might try to convince yourself it's good." That's what I'm saying. So that's part of the customer experience. And that's what happened to me with Final Fantasy 13. I genuinely tried. I tried to trick my brain into liking that game, which isn't exactly healthy either, but that's what you do when you're a college student to spend your entire $50 on that fucking thing. Hi to Pyratosis. Phil One Up Collect says, if you got a game as a gift from someone you love, that also affects the review. Because even if it was universally known as a bad game, you love it because it came from a loved one. That's true, Phil. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why disclosure is important. Is so they know where you're coming from as a human being as you experience this game. I just feel like that gets left out. You can't leave it out with the review. You have to disclose the review codes. But I feel like we do ourselves a disservice when we who don't get review codes, we also need to disclose how we got the game, where we got it. It's important. It's just as important as if you're disclosing the review.
So here's a question for everybody, because I got to head out pretty soon. But here's a question for everybody: what games are y'all, or what game of the modern era are y'all looking forward to this year? Now, I'll go first. I pre-ordered. I know we don't pre-order games, but because I have a rule system. Now, bear with me. I have a rule system. My rule system is this: if it's a game series that I'm looking forward to and I actually like / enjoy, I will buy that game and pre-order it day one. Now, if it's something I'm skeptical in, I will only buy the game or games for 65 to 70% off because I'd rather wait for sale. Like example, Crimson Desert, people were hyping the hell out that game. You know what? I said I'm still not gonna buy it, even for like $50. I'm still gonna. That's still not a sale to me. It's like I'm never gonna buy that game until it hits like $30.
Hey, another plus to having physicals, they go on sale. They actually go on real sale. On consoles, that rarely happens nearly as much as now on the PC, you get some pretty competitive stuff, but physical games are part of that competition. If you take away all physical games, you're going to see a lot less of that. And that's 100%. Let's see here. That's also a good point. Phil Rushdog says, yes, the hallway simulator. You have to be talking about Final Fantasy 13, as I call it, the tube. A beautifully rendered tube. A tube so beautiful that it still beats most games today as far as graphically. It is a gorgeous tunnel tube.
But so this year I'm picking up Star Wars Zero Company. I bought the $60 edition. I was like, look, that's $60, and that's why it feels like no more price to me. And it's made by the companies who created XCOM, the XCOM 2 series, the same developers. I mean, so I'm like, look. I also pre-ordered Aminusha Way of the Sword. Got that for $65 on pre-order.
Nice. My main one is going to be actually a couple of indies, Silk Song and Mina the Hollower.
Nice. Yeah, I heard lots of good things about Mina.
Yeah, Mina. How did I didn't follow up. I know that company was in bad financial trouble. I hope Mina saved it. I hope Mina did well for them, because it seems like one of those generational games. I hope it did a lot for them. Final Fantasy 12 was good, Pyritosis says. Rush Dog says, I've heard mixed things about Final Fantasy 12. I will eventually find out for myself. I have that one.
Final Fantasy 12, from what people said, like I played a bit of it because again, my friend let me borrow it for about a week, many years ago when back in high school, and it's one of those games where like they tried to incorporate like MMO features in it, like that was like it's like their test game, right?
Yeah,
and to incorporate something like that.
Yeah, it was kind of Xenoblade before Xenoblade, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because Xenoblade does that too. Rush Dog says, I've heard the Final Fantasy 12 can play itself with the Gambit system. Well, you definitely can't let Xenoblade play itself. So there's one advantage that one has. Filling Up Collect says, I read, it's not letting me show Filling Up Collect says, there it is. I read that some of the big tubers actually charge indie devs to review their games. One of my dev friends posted that. I was like, what? Shove it up your butt, YouTuber. I know a couple of bigger YouTubers. I've never heard them do that, but I'm not saying they aren't scummy people.
So when it comes to that, like if you're a bigger content creator, right, I think it's quite fair for a game developer or for a YouTuber to actually ask for like monetary at that point, because you
don't think that's scummy though?
It's a yes and no thing, because look, at the end of the day, the company's looking to advertise, and you also have to pay the bills at the same time. So to me, it's one of those things where it's a game by game, case by case basis. You know, if the indie developer says, "Hey, Disbearity, since you get like 100,000 views per video, right? Would you mind showcasing my game for $500 or something like that, or $1,000?" I would be like, sure, but first let me check it out. Now, do you mind if I review it though? Like, kind of get make sure it's a good game, because I don't want to lie to my people, to my my audience or anything, and that's I think how it should be, because again, we're as a content creator, you're an advertiser basically.
I mean that's part of it for sure. Do you have to disclose if they pay you for it?
Yes, you do. Yes.
Okay, so I have less problems with that.
Most people who are now you want to be scummy. Some people don't disclose. Now that's what you want to call scummy.
You can get in legal trouble. It sounds like if you don't. Like that seems.
Yeah, at that point. But like I said, at the end of the day, if you're a content creator and someone offers you a bit of cash, it doesn't matter who it is. I mean, again, you got to keep the lights on, especially if it's like your job, right? You have to keep the lights on at the end of the day. I get that. It feels like it's a morality kind of issue. To me, I used to think like that too. When I'm like, look, at the end of the day, it's not a morality thing. It's just how sometimes life is. Now, if you're an up and coming indie person, then you're like, your game looks pretty cool to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely like showcase. I'll showcase it for free or something like that. Because at that point,
I think there's also the element that like you're already playing games you want to play. So especially if it's like a game I really don't want to play. But then I guess my response again would be like, well, I'm just not going to play it. I'm going to pass. But I can see in that instance being like, okay, you really, really want me to show the game off. I don't want to play the fucking game.
Yeah.
Then
I saw a guy. What's that one game that just came out? It's called.
I mean, I have a less of a problem with it as long as it's disclosed. I wouldn't do it, but I'm not trying to make a living on YouTube, so I get having to keep your lights on. I get having to. So as long as it's disclosed, that's less morally ambiguous. So yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know. I own it on Steam. I played the first bit of the PS2, but then my girlfriend stole it from me. I've been trying to find the time to play more FF12. I am so glad. That's one problem. I hear gaming couples have this problem a lot. That is one problem I never have. I never have that fucking problem because I'm playing my games. She's off training fucking jujitsu or whatever shit. Like, let's see. Laugh my ass off. You don't want s'mores, Zoo? I not Stay Puft ectoplasmic demon s'mores. No, it seems gross. But s'mores are always good. Actually, do you guys want a nuclear take right now?
Oh, go ahead. Throw it out.
As good as s'mores are, they are everything wrong with modern American dessert.
Why is that?
Industrial graham cracker with shitty chocolate paired with nasty sugar fucking high fructose corn syrup marshmallow. It's an absolute abomination when you think about the ingredients in a cheap s'more. Now, it doesn't mean you can't gussy up the s'more. You can use the good marshmallow. You can use the good graham. You can use the good chocolate. But fuck, what are we putting into our bodies when we eat a s'more? Still very good. I just sounded like, I was talking about sounding like your girlfriend. I just actually my girlfriend right there. So that's for you. Anyway, nah, Zul got nothing on Daddy Dagoth, or nobody has anything on Daddy Dagoth. Nobody has nothing on Daddy Dagoth. Wake the fuck up, Samurai. We've got a city to burn. Oh God, I need to. Phil, we do need to get back on fucking Cyberpunk. They should have called the second season X-Men 98. That would have been clever, I guess. But I'm sure there's a reason they stuck with 97. Pyratosis, I'm surprised we got a Nick Cage Spider-Man. Dude, Nick Cage doesn't play Spider-Man. Nick Cage plays one character. He plays Nick Cage, and we always love him. Nick Cage is Nick Cage in every movie. Let's watch it in the bar zoo, talking about Scavenger's Reign, I believe. Yeah, we can do that. Nintendine made a video called Starflop. Yeah, so Nintendo is an idiot half the time. Half the time he has genuinely good insights, and half the time I think he's just a trolling idiot. And I say that with love. I don't have anything against Nintendine, but I feel like Nintendine half the time is trolling the extremely reactionary fucking cult-like Nintendo audience that will come at him. I think he's abused by it. I think he's in the Nintendo community for his own amusement at times. That's not to give him too much undue attention. Also, he won't come on anything. He won't. And again, open invitation. I would love to sit down and talk to some of my differences that I have with Nintendo on how we look at sales. And I think that would be good because he's not a stupid guy. He clearly understands sales data. I just don't agree with sometimes the way he interprets it. Sometimes, again, it's not just to kind of suck Nintendo's ass. When he came out and waved the white flag and said I was wrong, I was like, ooh, I think you waved the white flag a little early on the Nintendo Switch 2 sales, Dean. I think you probably should have waited. And I'd love to have that conversation with him, but and again, he doesn't owe my channel anything. He doesn't owe Player Essence anything. Nobody owes anybody anything. You don't have to go on any shows you don't want to go on.
It's one of those things where
would love to Prime, me, Player Essence, Dean. We'd love to talk to you. And actually, I'm going to argue over Player Essence and over Prime. I think you should sit down with me. And the reason specifically I say that is, one, I'm not going to be anywhere near as confrontational as I think Player Essence might be. And I think you'd have a good discussion with Prime, but I think you and I are both numbers wonks. Mm-hmm. And so I think I am the right choice to bore the living fuck out of both our audiences. All right. Anyway.
So before I head out here, mind if I do a quick advertisement?
No. Tell everybody where. Yeah, because he's got to go. Okay. He's actually about a half hour over what we should have been. I'm sorry, dude.
It's fine. No, it's fine. We were having a good conversation. That is totally fine, dude. Like, I just got to get packing for tomorrow because we're going out of town because we're going to a water park tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Here,
so. One last time, tell me where you're at. Tell them where they can find you. And this is Disbearity. All of his shit will be in the bio of the video, whatever they call it, the description. I've got his Twitter and I've got his YouTube link. But Disbearity, shout him out. Let them know where you're at, and then I got one last question for you.
Okay, so tomorrow, y'all, we're actually another similar podcast like I am with Zoo here, a conversation. It's going to be me. It's I think like 7 other people tomorrow, and we're going to be discussing the death of physical games. We're going to be talking about the Microsoft layoffs. We're going to be bringing out our love and joy of physical games. It's not going to be on my channel. It will be on our podcast channel. If I'm going to go ahead and post it in chat for you guys that want to check it out. It's me, a couple content creators, and a couple people who aren't who aren't content creators. We're here to just discuss our love of physical and just to see the depth and why this is going on and stuff like that. So if y'all want to definitely check it out,
because I do that too. Sometimes
Yeah.
I have non-content creators on. I think it's a perspective that gets missed a lot of times on these guys.
Yeah. And so that, when I bring people on, like, hey, if y'all want to, I'll bring anybody on if you want to just talk it out. You're chill, relax, and you want to talk it out.
I've been on your show. Your show is awesome, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it. But that's my second. So that's the podcast channel. I posted inside Zeus chat. You want to follow that, and then of course, like Zeus said, I also have he has my own channel in the description. I love to play and showcase a lot of strategy games on my channel. That's what usually I do for. But the current game that I'm currently playing on the channel is Stellaris. I'm also showcasing another game which is called Menace as well, and then I'm looking into bringing up 2 new games, which one is a zombie survival game, which is pretty cool. And so I'm trying to expand and incorporate. I have more free time now, so I'm able to do that and and grow. Well,
next time you come on, you're gonna have to sell me on Stellaris because that's one I've been looking at for a long fucking time. And I'm also gonna try to sell you on Morrowind. I think that.
So to talk about Stellaris real quick, the problem with Stellaris is that it's a game that's been out for 10 years. They've been supporting this game for 10 years. And also, it's a Paradox game. So a Paradox game comes with the base game is pretty bare bones, but with DLC, it makes the game a lot better. Now, recently...
The problem being there's 10 fucking years of DLC.
Yeah. And recently, though, the first they released the first deal. They gave away the first 3 DLCs for free. That's part of the base game, which is great because those are crucial DLCs back actually. So they decided that because they're that crucial, they're going to be into the base game. Now as a gamer, I bought all the crucial DLC. I literally bought every single crucial DLC for that game.
But you did it as time went on. So
I did, and I bought them on sale. Yeah. And I bought them on sale too. I like one thing. So one thing for Paradox games, guys. Now it's gonna be a little illegal here. A lot of people technically pirate their DLC and then they buy it at a later time. That's literally what a lot of people do for Paradox. At the end of the day, it's the simplest. You just change that one file and you automatically have the game. And I know lots of people who do that on Reddit and other places. And once the game's on sale, they'll buy it, and it's like, okay, my hands are washed now.
The name of the other game is RimWorld, by the way.
But see, look, I've been low key, but wanting to buy RimWorld. My problem is that, look, I wanted to go on a further sale than $30, but the game dev said they won't ever do that, and so I just have not bought the bullet. Bite the bullet in order to buy the game.
We got to stand off.
I literally, look, because the lowest sale that that game goes is like $3 or whatever. I'm like, look, Deb, if you want me to buy your game, drop it down to 20 and I'll buy it. Unless I find it elsewhere. We're on PC, so I might be able to find it somewhere else for cheaper.
One of my best friends, V, describes herself as a gaming hyena. She would respect and appreciate the shit out of that, so I'm going to share that. All right, I got one last question for you. We got to let you get packing, but one last question for you, Disbearity.
Yes, sir.
Did you have fun?
Oh, I sure did. It's always great having fun talking to you guys, having the discussion. That's what I love to do, man. It's all about having a great time. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. We're all gamers. We're all nerds. We're all gamers here at the end of the day. What's funny is that my nephew's like, don't call me a nerd. It's like, nephew, we fought for you for nerd to be an okay word to say for you. Okay, we went through that area. We went. I said
my girlfriend quarantined off, and that is where all the fucking nerd Switch game shit goes. It's not within eyesight of the guest.
I said, look, nephew, look, we went through the era where you got bullied for playing video games. Okay, you're considered a nerd and bullied. Nowadays, you don't have to go through that. Y'all play Fortnite, Apex, and all those other live service games at the moment. Okay, y'all can live. We couldn't live back in the day.
We ate the lockers on a daily basis.
But again, though, thank you, man, for having me on. I appreciate that. You guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see y'all next time.
Let's not wait so long between the next one. Partly my fault. I did nix the show for like a fucking year.
Dude, that is okay because I was working during that time, and work had me. I was like, look, I put back on content. Like I was putting out, like, let's say, like 100%. I dropped my content creation down to like 30%. That's how much work took me out. And so now, right now I'm looking for a new job at the moment. So, so I have more free time. I saved up like a ton of cash and now I have more free time. So it is what it is. But
Disbearity, you have a great one, guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'll wrap up the super chats. You can head out anytime you want. Okay.
All right. Yes, sir. You have a good one. I'll see you soon. You guys.
Take care. Thanks for coming in.
All right. Peace out.
All righty. Well, guys, that was Disbearity. We'll go ahead and we'll wrap up the super chats and then that'll be it for me. So, all righty. Let's see here. Rush Dog says, I think the majority of the market are hybrid digital physical customers. That is, I mean, fuck, that would include me. I really don't think there's that many purely digital people and that many purely physical people. I think most people, yeah, they probably buy a lot of their games digital, and then the games they really love and care about and want something in their hand for the series they really like, I think they buy it physically. Yeah, I think you're right there. Rush Dog also says, around 80% of the PS5 sold have disk drives. Clearly, the market still values physical games, or at least the option. Market rejected the digital-only PS5. Great point. Absolutely. Physical games are tangible memories we can hold. Exactly. Thunderstash made a great point of that last night. As far as on the Nintendo Byte podcast. Phil One Up says, most of my retro games have a story where I shared the playthrough with my uncle. Those will always mean more to me than any modern game I bought. Exactly. I tell you what, like, he's still with us, and I hope to keep him here for as long as I can. I will always cherish my Super Mario Brothers memory of playing with my dad and basically being Luigi and basically trying to mimic his movements when it was my player too. I still miss that type of multiplayer in Mario. Bring back the back and forth multiplayer. Why do you have to stick us both on the fucking screen at the same time? Like, it sucks. It's chaotic and it sucks. Player one goes as far as he can go. Player one dies. Player two shows up, goes as far as he could go. Player two dies. It's player one's turn again. Why did we give that up, guys? Genuine question. Why did we lose that? I was so hoping that the Mario Wonder update would at least bring that back, but alas. Let's see. Even if they reverse it, I don't trust Sony. PS6 could be backpedal, have physical, but then they do a bait and switch like Microsoft did with Game Pass because we know this is what they want. Yeah, they're going to keep. Yeah, like when you're wielding a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and Sony wants to hammer that nail down. They won't give up their desire to end physical games. Doesn't sound like it. Rush Dog says a $99 physical game won't be $99 forever. It will go on sale. Exactly. Rush Dog says Star Fox SNES was 1993. Star Fox is old, and so am I. Oh my God, yeah. There's nothing like seeing some of these games to age you for sure. It's not even the major brands. It's the Klaus Schwabs of the world. Agenda 2030. We will own nothing and be happy. As the late George Carlin said, it's not a conspiracy. It's the same people at the same parties. Their interests line up. It's a big club, but you're not in it, is what the late, great George Carlin said. Oh, my God. Can you guys imagine what George Carlin would make of this fucking planet right now? Can you even fucking imagine? We need a George Carlin more than ever. But unfortunately, we just have Joe Rogan and the world's 250 remaining comics. So, they're going away fast, guys. So, yeah, we need George Carlin. We're stuck with Joe Rogan and his 250 elite comedians. The 250, man. Let's see. Zoo, you didn't understand. Read the whole context of my message. I'm saying Nintendo would get a big win by pulling a 2016 Sony move while Sony is in the hot seat. They could, but I mean, and I don't disagree with that necessarily, but the problem with it is, buddy, is that the fucking third parties are why they built that fucking console. And so why would you build them a console and then not give them what they want with the con. I mean, it's incoherent. I love it, but from their perspective, it would be incoherent to do that. But I agree with you. From the customer perspective, it would be awesome. Like, make these motherfuckers put it on a disc. If Oblivion can fit on a disc and Cyberpunk can fit on a cart, why am I calling them discs? I really am fucking drunk. If those games can fit on the physical media, if they can fit on the cart, there's no excuses anymore, man. Shove the read speeds up your fucking dick hole. Just, who cares? Who cares if I've got a little bit of a longer load time? The fuck cares? We dealt with that for years at this point. Let's see. I'm sorry, but Kingdom Hearts I always thought was a betrayal of Square and Disney Court. Yeah, we did that one. And again, I don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry, I just don't know anything about it. Because they don't put the games on the systems that I own. So, switching over to T. Let's see here. Was not interested in Kingdom Hearts at all. Maybe if it was 4 or 5 years younger, if I was 4 or 5 years younger when they came out, I'm like, Disney is for like little kids. Well, Disney is the thing. Disney used to be just like Nintendo. It used to be for people ages 5 to 95. But I don't know, somewhere along the lines, like, I feel like Disney got lost, and I feel like Nintendo smells blood in the water. They're like a shark, and they're looking to rip a fucking arm off with these amusement parks and these new movies they're putting out. I feel like they're trying to eat Disney's lunch, and they might succeed. Phil, so he's in Texas. Haha, me and Disbearity are state neighbors. LOL. Yeah, Phil, we need to get you over to Texas. Good food for one. New Star Fox looks and sounds great. And Grave says, however, I'm not interested because it's another remake. Give me a new title and I'm on board 110%. In great, perfectly acceptable position. I'm not interested. I will never, ever shit on I'm not interested. And that's a perfectly reasonable take to say that's a remake. Stop making the same fucking game over and over again. Give me a new game. Perfectly reasonable. What's not reasonable, Spoogie, if you're here, is to say you watched a cutscene and therefore the game sucks. Don't do that. I have to call you out if you do that. Let's see. Pyratosis. Yo, Texas gang. Pyratosis says, I'm out here, Waller and Fieldstone. Oh, okay. So we got some Texas peeps. We got an Oklahoma peep. Okay. My grandfather lives in Texas, Dallas area now. Was Austin area, but he has business opportunities up north. I'm more of a Digimon guy. Better story, better creatures, and character designs, in my opinion. Better anime, too. Bro, Phil, we got to talk about Digimon Adventures 1 and 2 sometime. I loved the original Digimon Adventures cartoon. That was my fucking jam, dude. We need to have a talk about why Myotismon is the best villain in Digimon. Like, why? Who is the best villain in Digimon, and why is it Myotismon? The fuck are you doing in here, little dude? You just landed on my fucking microphone. Come here. Come here. Let's get you out of here. We got a spider on the microphone, guys. So I'm just going to put you in this little container for now. And then I will take you outside when we're done. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's see. Next one. Bros, I had to buy a new PC earlier this year. Like January. Oh, God, what timing. And my old PC, my PSU exploded, fried everything in the case. Ooh. I'm sorry, dude. Hopefully you got a deal somewhere, because that's bad timing. Filling up collects says Nino Kuni is peak. It is because they did the art, Zoo. Oh, Studio Ghibli, actually, I thought it was not. So they did the art. Fuck. Now I really have to play it. Second game is like if you fought alongside with your Pikmin. Okay. Well, that's definitely moving up. I got my Switch 2 streaming working. If you want to stream Star Fox multiplayer, Zoo. Yeah, let me do that last run this weekend, and then I'll be ready probably sometime next week when I get a day that doesn't completely exhaust me work-wise, we will do it. We'll definitely try out that dogfighting, and you can carry me like you do in Splatoon. Let's see. I've played and beaten Metroid Prime 4. It's a 6 out of 10. There you go. That's from someone who actually played the game. There you go. Filling up clicks. I was right about the bike too. Never forget, Zeus. Samus don't need no bike. Yeah, well, yeah. So I still think the bike could work in theory. I have also heard other people who have also rebutted me and said, we don't need the bike. She's got the speed booster. Why didn't they just give Samus the speed booster? And they're not fucking wrong. They're not wrong. I've also heard, why is there a human-looking bike on a planet stocked with like tentacle octopus people? How the fuck are they riding a fucking human motorcycle? Why are there snow wolves on an alien planet that are literally called snow wolves? Like there's a million things wrong with that fucking game. I didn't play it though. So full disclosure, I didn't play it, but Rush Dog did. And what Rush Dog will tell you is bike was the least of the game's problem. Pyratosis says, could be worse. Could have been StarCraft Kerrigan game that never came to be. Or an actually good Parasite Eve sequel. Oh, the third birthday. Oh, don't remind me of the third birthday. Oh. I've heard horror stories about the third birthday. Now, I've heard Parasite Eve 1 is phenomenal, though. Rush Dog says, I'm mostly hyped for Splatoon Raiders. Me too, man. Me too. I think Phil, too. Yeah, Phil says Splatoon Raiders so far. Maybe Onimusha. And then, yeah, I love that you're into Splatoon now, Phil. Yeah, I cannot wait to share in the Splatoon geekness. I can't wait to get into the... I'm reading the lore right now, Rush. So I'm preparing. Like when I get spare moments at work, I'm actually perusing fucking Splatoon lore. So we're at that level of hyped. Pyratosis, eventually GTA 6 on PC. Oh yeah, I don't see Rockstar skipping PC because the rest of all come to PC, right? Phil One Up Collect says Mina is 1 too. Let's see, Pyratosis, Star Wars Racer. Dude, if Star Wars Racer can be anything like the old Pod Racer game on the N64, truly good shit. Final Fantasy 12 is... God, the Star Wars games used to be so good. Final Fantasy 12 is too much like an MMO. I didn't feel right to me. Final Fantasy hasn't been the same since it gave up turn-based. Yeah, there's a real case to be made for that. If you get the game for free, you're also getting revenue off your channel and your own merch. So no, I disagree with them having to pay you, especially when some of those reviews are garbage. That's a good counterpoint. Yeah. For sure. I don't really like it either. I as long as they disclose, I can't really put them in a moral predicament with it, but I would never do that. Like, but I won't even accept Super Chat dollars. So, as a non-American, I think Hershey's chocolate sucks. You'll get no argument from me. But that sound you hear is a million Americans screaming at once and then going silent, Rush. But is it Hershey is the chocolate that you can't even sell in Canada and parts of Europe? Some of our chocolate isn't even considered legal chocolate by European standards. I know that much. I don't know if it's Hershey's or not, but Hershey's is barely chocolate, guys. Hershey's is barely chocolate. If he lives in Texas, come down here to visit. I'll let Disbearity know that. Yeah. We could watch Digimon, man. I'd love a recap. We should watch Digimon. That shows to watch Digimon Adventures Part 1 and 2 is like 200 episodes, isn't it? Let's get through some. I'm not against it. I would watch it again, but it's a long haul, man. Fuck, it takes forever just to get through Etamon, let alone get into Myotismon, which is my fave. Let's see here. Stay out of trouble. Then you got the Dark Master Saga. Then you've got the Digimon Emperor Saga. Then you've got the Dark War Greymon Saga. Then you've got like the Digidestined from Across the World Saga, which brings us back to Myotismon. So great show. Never really watched it after that. Philip collects what part of Texas? Austin area. Okay. And then Disbearity says Pyrotosis says I'm out here in Waller. Disbearity says cool. Splatoon lore is dark. They want people to double dip. And then I'm not in Texas. I'm your state neighbor. LOL. So who cares? Digimon for the win. Okay, so who cares? Who cares that it's 200 fucking episodes long to get all the way from Devimon to Malomyotismon? Like, we're doing it. Feels like we're doing it. Oh boy, if I can find a way to stream that, we will do that at some point. Yeah, we will tear through Digimon Adventures 1 and 2. And that's gonna do it, guys. So all righty. Well, I don't see any more super chats. So as always, I'm your friendly digital bartender, Zoo. I've got a Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze review probably coming to the Switch After Dark channel this weekend. And this channel is the home of Liquored Up Live. But yeah, where are you at, Disbearity, Austin? Yeah, let's see if Disparity's still in the chat. I'll give him some time to answer that real quick, and then we will pull the plug on this thing. But hope you guys had fun and have a great night. And we'll give it a couple more minutes for Disparity to answer that if he wants to. Oh, goodness, man. Austin. Okay. Yep. He said Austin area. So he's where my grandpa used to live. Disparity, real quick before you go, before I go, I should say. Have you ever been to the Oasis restaurant on Lake Travis? I know I sound like a real fucking tourist telling you where to go eat in your home city, but if the Oasis on Lake Travis is still open, you should check that place out, man. They've got a fabulous shrimp El Diablo. All right. Take care, guys, and have a great night, okay?